Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out if companies are really making it rain or just blowing smoke. Today we're diving into Privia Health Group's latest update, and let me tell you there is a pretty interesting deal brewing that could shake things up. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're decoding these financial documents so you don't have to. And if you love this kind of stuff or want to chat about it, join our Discord community, linked in the description below. Alright, so Privia Health Group Incorporated, otherwise known as PRVA on the stock market, which trades on the Nasdaq Global Select Market, has some news to share. Think of them as a company that tries to help doctors coordinate care better and keep people healthy, which is a big deal in healthcare these days. So the big news here is that Privia is buying a piece of Evolent Health Incorporated. This is just a small purchase. It's an acquisition of an accountable care organization business. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, an accountable care organization, or ACO, is basically a group of doctors and hospitals that work together to give good care to patients and get paid for it based on how healthy those patients stay. Privia is paying a cool $100 million upfront for this and could pay up to $13 million more, depending on how well the business performs in a program called the Medicare Shared Savings Program for 2025. This is like a bonus if they hit certain health targets for Medicare patients. This deal needs the go-ahead from regulators and a few other things to fall into place, but the plan is to wrap it up by the end of this year 2025. This acquisition could really bolster Privia's ability to manage patient health and get paid for keeping people out of the hospital, which is a smarter way to do healthcare. Now, anytime a company talks about the future like they do here by saying they expect things to happen or aim for certain goals, they have to include what is called a forward-looking statement. Think of it as a disclaimer saying, hey, these are our hopes and plans, but things could change. They use words like aims, anticipates, and future. And they go on to list a whole bunch of stuff that could go wrong or make things different than planned. This is pretty standard, but it is good to remember that behind every exciting announcement, there is a whole list of potential headaches. They're basically saying that if things we don't even know about pop up, or if our assumptions are wrong, what actually happens might be very different from what we're predicting. It is a reminder that even with a big deal like this, there is no guarantee of success. And they explicitly tell us not to bet our house on these predictions. Always good advice. One of the biggest challenges they mention is that healthcare is super regulated. This means Privia and the doctors they work with have to follow a ton of rules. If they mess up, it could cause big problems. This is a constant tightrope walk for companies in this sector. They also highlight the cost and effort involved in keeping patient data safe and private. Think about all those privacy laws like HIPAA. Making sure they comply with these complex and ever-changing rules is a huge operational task and can have a big impact on their finances. We already mentioned this, but it's good to remember that common stock PRVA is traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market. This is where you can buy and sell shares of Privia Health Group Incorporated. Now for the other items, they list their exhibits, which basically means they re-including the actual press release that announced this deal. That is Exhibit 99.1. Exhibit 104 is just the digital filing format. Scroll B per S per Dalton Vid Mountcastle scroll. And finally, they have the signature section. David Mountcastle, who is their Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, and an authorized officer has signed off on this report. This basically means he is confirming that the information in this filing is accurate to the best of his knowledge. So, what is my take on all this? Well, Privia Health Group Incorporated seems to be making a strategic move to grow by acquiring a business that aligns with their goal of managing patient care and value. Base payments, acquiring an ACO business is a solid strategy if they can integrate it smoothly and make it perform well. The deal structure with potential performance bonuses is smart, but also means their success is tied to actual outcomes, which is a good sign that they refocused on results. The risks they highlight are very real for any healthcare company, especially the regulatory hurdles and the need to maintain patient data security. If they can navigate these challenges and make this acquisition work, it could really boost their position in the market. However, the warning about forward-looking statements is a key reminder to always be cautious and look at the actual results rather than just the announced plans. It is a calculated move that shows ambition, but its execution will be key. Alright, that is our breakdown of Privia Health Group's latest filing. What do you think about this acquisition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this decode helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights. And don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.